Okay. How's the volume? If everything's good, then I'll go get a drink and then we can get started. Faster I do this, the faster I can get to try to kill Dark Odin again. Before I have to go to sleep. So I'll be right back. Okay. I'm back. And it's time to take a look at Banner 1. So... oh, man. Good evening. It was my trip. It was great. It's great. I haven't been back home in 4 years. I still call it home, even though it's not really home. It's my hometown. But saw family. It was nice. It was nice. But I'm also sick because well, I guess that just happens. You don't spend around, time around someplace for 4 years, and or just it's basically someplace new to your body. And it's such a big difference between here and the desert to New England, which is just loaded with, vegetation and new people. Getting sick was just a foregone conclusion. But anyway, I feel like junk. But they decided to give us banner information on the official site. That's what we're using right now to look at this. So we gotta look at it. It's required. I would have done it last night, but I felt pretty bad yesterday too, and I wasn't prepared at all. Because the information did drop, like, at 5 p.m. event time. Okay. So Banner 1. Let's see if there's a good way to actually look at what some of this stuff does. I do have Enliers open in another tab just in case we need it. Alright, well this isn't exact, but we can usually piece together what stuff actually does. Okay, so, everybody's familiar right now with Tifa's sync. But during this festival, 5 new synchros come out. Did the banners change any? Yes, they did. I will get to that. Yeah, I do have to look up the sync commands. So I might as well just go to Enliers and forget this. Well... here. That reminds me I should get the bot up. Would that link even work? Holy crap. Ah, nice. That link just crashed my browser. Uh-huh. Okay. It's gonna be a second before I can get all of that back. I lost chat too, because that's in a browser window. Excellent. Thank you. Hey, Mike. Try this again. No, it's an event just like any other. So it's not rotating like Crystal Tower. It's just not a realm event. It's an event for something else. Okay, we're back. Alright, Banner 1, let's take a look at the first of 5 synchros, or syncs, in this festival. We've got Cloud. So this is going to be a nice one for people that are still looking for Titan stuff. Cloud is a pretty decent character. As long as you can carry him hard enough. So, this is a pretty basic rundown of what a synchro does, which is an element 3 stacking, damage cap break 1, and synchro mode. So, I actually am pretty sure they all do this. Until we get to Renoa's, which is different. But what sets them apart is the synchro commands. So Cloud, for the first time in years, gets a stronger wind attack than his quad strike Spellblade. So these are basically burst commands, if you want to think of them that way. They replace attack and defend. They are considered Spellblade, or Clouds is considered Spellblades. Well, let's take a look. 6 single attacks. That's already a gigantic boost over what Cloud has normally. Grants wind plus 50% boost 1. That's also gross. And Mako enhanced level 1 to the user. I guess we're gonna find out what Mako enhanced level 1 does when we take a look at the second command. which is a single attack, and a single overflow attack, pretty much. And if you have level 0, it's only a 6.0 multiplier. If you have level 1, so you would use this command to get level 1, then it goes up to an 8.0 multiplier. Honestly, not that big of a difference. You could probably spam level 2 if you really wanted to. If you want cap breaks every single turn. But honestly, 6 single attacks with damage cap break active, it's pretty powerful. So I would try to stay away from Command 2 unless you absolutely needed to break cap. And know that you wouldn't be able to with the first command. So that's Cloud Sync. It's obviously really good. I'm not going to stick around too long on the syncs at the top of the banners, because all 5 of them are good. You know Cloud. You know Cloud is an excellent wind character. You know that Sync is going to be an excellent wind relic for an excellent wind character. You know, it's there's really not much discussion to be had there. What is going to define these banners is mostly what comes after them. So, next up, we have Vanille's Awakening. Toaster. So, Vanille's Awakening. Kiraja level Medica. Grants Last Stand. High Quick Cast 2. That's good. And Haste. So this is good. I don't think Vanille has a USB that provides any Quick Cast to the party, though. So while that's good, it's still not going to be on the level of people like Aerith, Alara, Ishola. So we can only hope that Vanille gets a good USB soon. She doesn't have a good USBs, unfortunately. But this is an excellent healer awakening. So it's a good start to a actually really good character that has access to support 4. Dr. Mog Awakening. Can already tell I'm not gonna like this one. Maybe I will. But I'm pretty sure he's multidisciplinary, which is unfortunately doesn't really work out that well right now. Tetra Catastrophe. Yeah, that's 4 elements. 15 single attacks, grants major buff Holy, major buff Fire, major buff Ice, and major buff Lightning, none of which are an element, meaning he's not going to deal very much damage against 6-star Magicite. And since Dr. Mog isn't useful in any of the Torments, that makes him an Odin-only character. Or Odin and before for Magicite. Unless he gets... I really should look at these statuses from now on. Just in case people get an element after with the switch draw. But I don't think Dr. Mog does. Awaken Royal Archives. Nope. So that's not great. Barbaricia is a pretty focused character, which means her awakening's probably going to be pretty damn good. But that's a magical wind when you're pulling on a banner with a physical wind sync on it. Which is kind of unfortunate for, you know, targeting. Like if you have a physical team ready to go and you need something good for Cloud, which and you don't want to spend animal lenses, I guess. The last thing you want is to add Barbaricia to your lineup because the character doesn't work on that team. So I don't like that split. Darkness Storm follow-up. Everything here is pretty basic for an awakening. Really? So it grants the team damage reduction barrier 1. It's interesting that she's not damage oriented. I did not draw. And honestly, I don't really like that. I'd prefer to keep protection stuff on either supports or more preferably on healers. I want my damage characters dealing all the damage that they possibly can. So this is a fairly low damage awakening. And I'm kind of underwhelmed by it. Especially so that it's Magical Wind, which is definitely a harder team to put together than Physical Wind. Onion Knight's Awakening is not new, and it's kind of in the same boat as Dr. Mog, in that it's multi-elemental, but he gets no an element until later when he gets a sync. Well, Vanille could be. Vanille could be. Honestly, out of the stuff that I've talked about past the sync, Vanille's is definitely the best so far. Now, Fang is very good. Fang's Awakening is Physical Wind, just like the sync on the banner. And Fang herself as a character is very good. Does anyone know what Vanille USB 2 does? Isn't it like Kane USB 1? Oh yeah, we're gonna go and take a look right now. There's a lot of relics called Fang in this game. Fang's Awakening isn't new, but I am going to talk about it just because it fits the proper theme of the banner well. Yes, Mike. So, Dragon Strike mode. And it is a damage cap break 2. Which is kind of interesting, because she gets dual cast, doesn't she? I don't know. We're going to find out in a second. She does. 25% chance to dual cast Dragoon abilities. So... no, the Awakening doesn't have dual cast. But she has a dual cast Legend Materia. So does Kain now, too. But Kain didn't, you know, way back behind. Anyway, what's Dragon Strike do? Dragoon abilities deal 15% more damage. Critical chance increased. I don't... You know, honestly, with a damage cap break 2, this is actually probably pretty good. Starts out weak, but it very quickly becomes something that you're going to have a very good chance to be hitting 30Ks on your Sky High. So, yeah, Fane's Awakening is pretty good. And she is, like I said, she's a very good character by herself. Her USB 1 is one of the... Getting 30k is hard. That's why the damage rate, or the damage increases of having 100% crit rate and whatever... just 70% more damage is very helpful. So this is very good for someone with an Awakening like this. Yeah, but that's if you're running Tyro Woke. Anyway, really good. Oh yeah, Fang USB 1. There we go. Grants Attach Wind and Jump Instant Cast to the user. So instant jumps. Pretty nice. And of course, her Awakening itself is instant, is jump, so it would be instant. And so would, you know, everything else. So, her USB 1, I mean, everybody knows how Kain works. Her USB 1 is quite good. So moving on. The official site incorrectly lists these as Overstrike Soul Breaks. They are not. They are Arcane Overstrike Soul Breaks. For Dr. Mog, which, you know, who cares? And Barbarisha, which is better, but still I would have rather stuff for some of the better characters on the banner. Cloud, I guess it's understandable that his Arcane wouldn't be here, but his Glint Plus would be nice. Anyway, the this section here is all Glint Pluses for Vanille. And what's Vanille's do? Cura Medica grants High Quick Cast 1. I guess for free, that's not bad. It's a little weird that she doesn't get one of the ones that the other healers get, because I really, really like the Glint Pluses that most of the other healers get. Honestly, this feels pretty weak. A simple Medica and a single charge of High Quick Cast. You know, I'm starting to get underwhelmed by this banner. It's kind of looking like Cloud and Fang, and then a lot of middling tier stuff. Next would be Barbarisha's Glint Plus. Which is a little more typical, which is nice, which is Attach Wind stacking, Attach Wind, and Instant Cast 1. Yes. Yeah. I think most people can pass on anything physically wind oriented because of unless there's a chain on it or something, because damage relics for physical wind are very easily attained with animal lenses. Some of the most powerful stuff in the game for physical wind is available on animal lenses. So I'd try not to pull on a physical wind banner that didn't have a chain. Fangs, Glint Plus, I probably should have saw that while I was at Vanille. Attach wind, stashing, attach wind. Okay. Good. Yeah, it's a Fang and Cloud show right now. And Cloud only has a single relic on the banner, which, you know, for some people may be a good thing, but I would have preferred to have Cloud's Awakening on here too. As we'll see in the next banner, Ash's Sink is on the banner and Ash's Awakening is also on the banner. I really wish they would have done that here with Cloud, because Cloud's Awakening is not available many places. Cloud's LMR 6 is on here, which is good. Cloud's LMR 6 is probably one of his best LMRs. Now with the ability to dual cast something other than a crappy 5-star Spellblade, his dual cast LMR is a lot better. Yeah, this LMR is really, really good. Because Cloud is a very powerful Soulbreak user. Without his sync, if you don't get his sync, but you get his LMR 6, you can still turn him into a really powerful character because this is a 20% damage boost across everything. It's not just abilities. So it really, really helps with his Soulbreak spamming. It's excellent. This is Dr. Mog. LMR, I don't know what it is. I'm not sure I really care. Dr. Mog, like a lot of core characters that aren't named Tyro or Alara, kind of stink up stuff. It grants Dr. Mog Trance. That's a good status. Fire, Ice, Lightning, Earth, Wind, Water, Holy, Dark, and Poison attacks deal 25% more damage. That's fine as a status. He just has no future proofing. Until, as someone brought up, he eventually gets the ability to end water. But that is not here. That is much later. And Witch's Bracelet, I'm guessing that's Vanille. Yeah. 35% chance to grant quick cast 1 to the user after using a support ability. Great. Just fantastic. That's an awful LMR. So this banner is, I mean, I'm going to call it now. It's probably the worst banner in the festival. And if you need help with Titan, I would probably say look elsewhere. Stock up animal lenses. Who is this banner for? Cloud Fanatics? There's just, not only is kind of the theme of it a little all over the place, but there's many holes on the banner, which are just not good for anything. Like Vanille's LMR. Vanille's glint ain't great. Dr. Mog takes up too much of the banner. So you're playing the lottery, you know. It's top heavy, and the stuff at the top isn't worth that much. It's not worth the gamble, I would say. When the highest win content in the game is so readily defeatable with some easily obtainable stuff. Like Cloud's USB 1. Alright, so I'm not... I'll give a couple minutes to hear what people, you know, say about the banner, and then I can move on. There's better stuff I can be spending my time on. Ugh. Can't wait for this ibuprofen to kick in. I have this headache. At least I'm not blowing my nose all over the place like I was last night. But it's hard to concentrate with a headache. Alright. Let's move on. Let's move on to one of the real banners. So, as most people are aware by now, Leviathan just released tonight. Which means it's lightning time. And this festival is... And we have known for a while that this festival has been basically the place to get lightning. There haven't been very many great places to get lightning before this point, and I don't think there are very many after this point. So this is the Lightning Festival, and there's 2 banners dedicated to it. That's banners 2 and 3, and that's why I'm probably going to rate these 2 banners higher than the rest, because the stuff that they have on them is more focused towards what we're doing right now in the game. Both of them not only have lightning stuff on them, but both of them have water stuff on them as well, which is the next Magicite. So, on this banner we have the Magical Lightning Mage, Ash, in her sink. Mage Masher. Nope, that's the wrong Ash. Ash and Narcissist. And Ash. There we go. Well, sinks have a built-in... Oh, this is Elmar's. Sinks have a built-in... defeat 6-star content thing. So even if her sink isn't one of the best sinks, it's still very, very good. Because it has 3 stacks of Enlightening and Enlightening stacking. We're going to look at that right now. So this actually has an addition to it, with a Savage Thunderstrike follow-up that Clouds didn't. I suppose this is in return for her bad, not bad, but relatively weaker commands. Let's go take a look at the commands first. First command is a single attack with a fairly high multiplier, and cap is 100,000. So, that's basically what Cloud had on his second command. What's Ash's second command? 3 single attacks, grants minor buff lightning and quick cast 1 to the user. Woof. Yeah, this isn't great. So while Cloud had a great replacement for his bad ability usage, Ashe has her Overstrike commands, and I guess you use this once for the minor buff lightning, and then you switch to Chain the Nausea. Because 3 single attacks at 3.05 is quite weak. So I guess you'd only use this in you know, those instances do happen sometimes, less so on mage teams because of Allegro Konmodo, but you know, say there's a gap in a character's turn order where they don't have any quick cast at all being provided to the party. That would make this 3 single attacks a bigger deal. Because if you're able to grant yourself quick cast 1, that's more important than just having a powerful attack. Because cast speed is, you know, we've known for a long time, ever since Realm USB, and probably before Realm and Aphmau's USBs, that quick cast rules the game. So, I mean, so there's that. It's not a useless command. Okay, now let's go take a look at that status. Savage Thunder Strike follow-up. After using 3 lightning attacks, okay. $100,000. So it's an awakening type status. Attack 6 times during the sync and you deal an extra 200k. Okay. So that is it's a weaker sync because of the commands. But again, like I said at the outset, that it's this right here, the attached lightning 3 and stacking, that is designed to defeat the content. Getting that for 500 soul break points allows Ashe to just keep on damaging the boss consistently throughout the fight. And she has one of the nice things about Ashe is she has great soul breaks other than her sync, and her awakening is also great. Her USB 2 is very good. Her USB 1 is a rank-based chase. Those are still good. They've always been good, and they still are. Stacking glints. She has great LMRs. And I think that probably makes up for a lot of the weakness of the sync, is that Ashe is an amazing character outside of the sync. So let's go take a look at the rest of the banner. Aranea and Rex. So I'm gonna talk about these two together because this is a big theme on the banner, is these two physical lightning characters. Aranea's Awakening. So she's a Dragoon, but she only has the damage cap 10,000. But I believe, yeah, it's Awoken Lightning, not Awoken Dragoon. Awoken Dragoon is no dual cast. Awoken Lightning is dual cast. So Aranea will dual cast the 6-hit, 6-star Lightning Dragoon ability, which, yep, that's very good. Her statuses are Magitech Lance Expert Mode, or her status. We'll go take a look at that. Why is this by itself? Why is there 14 hits on this page for this? Oh, okay. I guess that makes more sense now. Oh, it's just a crit rate buff? Oh, that's kind of underwhelming. Really liked Fangs. With just a flat damage increase, as well as the crit rate buff. But anyway, Physical Lightning Awakening. Let's go take a look at Rex. Alright, well this one's easy to analyze. Lightning Radiant Shield 75%. Along with an Awoken Lightning. Is it a cat? You're right. I completely missed that. And it even came up on the search results. And if it is, then that is a lot better than... But that's interesting, and it isn't that relevant. Because this cast speed buff is only active after you use the Awakening. When you use a Lightning or a Dragoon ability, I think it's... wait, whatever. When you use a Dragoon ability, you lose the cast speed buff. Because you immediately advance to Magitech Lance Expert 1. While the cast speed buff is only available at Lance Expert 0. It's kind of weird. So it's not that relevant. You can use Aranea's Awakening and then never use Dragoon abilities, and then you have cast speed times 2 for 15 seconds. Bold strategy, though. Let's see how that works out. Alright, so Rex Awakening is very simple. It's just a Lightning Awakening and Lightning Radiant Shield 75%. Pretty good. Rex himself is a 35% chance to dual cast Spellblade character. Unfortunately, Spellblade doesn't have... there are no good Lightning Spellblades. The best you got is a 4-hit. It is 6-star, but So Rex is really banking on getting a lot of damage output from that Lightning Radiant Shield. And unfortunately, that Lightning Radiant Shield eliminates the usefulness of his USB 1, which is haste, attack 50%, and Lightning Radiant Shield 75% to all allies. So what you're going to want here, if you get Rex's Awakening, is Rex's USB 2, which is also on the banner. Convalescent Clothes, what he actually survived, which is attach Lightning, Thunder, Sword, Rush follow-up to the user, and grants last stand to all allies. Well, I like it already. Let's see what the follow-up is. Grants physical high quick cast 1 to all allies on the front row. Okay, it's one of you. Yeah, it's kind of interesting that Rex is such a supporty character. Oops. Does Rex have anything else that could go with this? Because his USB 1 can't. So, just having his awakening is probably, you know, not enough. It thinks if his Super Soul Break was lightning damage, that would actually be pretty good. Okay, so for Rex to be basically for Rex to be a good character, you're looking at, you want all of the stuff that's available for him on this banner. So that requires investment, even though he could be very good. So moving on after Aranea and Rex, we have Ash's Awakening. I already talked about this on the previous banner. If I could only have one Awakening in the entire game, I don't know. Yeah. So Ash's Awakening is very good. And that's really kind of what you're looking for from this banner, is hoping that you get Ash's Awakening in sync. Because both of them together equal. The damage cap break on Awakenings and syncs all stack. Because they're an additive bonus rather than just a straight up buff. So that would put Ash to a 30k damage potential per hit, and yeah, Joel, she can hit that. So that would be pretty good. It's good by itself. We were talking about this earlier in Discord. There's an issue with Magical Lightning is in that it's either rare or it doesn't exist. It's pretty much Ash and Shantoto at the moment. Unfortunately, Palom is a very good lightning mage, but he's an ability double. And I think ability double works well for 6-star if that character also has access to an awakening. So there's a period where they're using their ability double to get rid of charges, and then there's a period which they have infinite uses. So both of them work together good. But Palom would run out of uses. Vivi doesn't work at all. Vivi doesn't have Enlightening. You need an element against 6-star Magicite. And that's why Malik, or Marek, whatever, doesn't really work. He'll be coming up on the Final Fantasy Tactics banner. Because the only way Malik gets Enlightening is with an LMR. Well, Ricky's Terror is being carried. It doesn't work. But anybody can be carried. You can defeat bosses with 4 characters. Or you can use a character just to stack a chain. So, let's not give people false hopes for people that don't have an element. Yes, Vivi is fire. But Rafa does have access to castable sources of Enlightening. And she's on that banner. The banner's not that good, so I'm not going to talk about it that much. I'm just going to say that Magical Lightning is difficult to put together, but I believe Ash probably with Just Sync and a fair team surrounding her is probably enough for Leviathan. Ash with Sync and Awakening would obliterate Leviathan. Desh, no. Desh has a burst, right? His USB 1, I know, is Imperil Lightning. Yeah, Shantoto. That's. Did I talk? I thought I talked about Shantoto. Yeah, I did. I said it's Shantoto and Ash. Wouldn't Shantoto perform just as good? No, not at all. Because Shantoto only has an awakening. Yeah, Desha, right, like, Desha's only source of Enlightening at the moment. Well, he actually has a unique that can give him Enlightening, too. But his good source of Enlightening, it's not even good, it's a group attack, is his Burst. So yeah, he's not that great at the moment. Does get better, though. But anyway, Magical Lightning is very rare. There's only 2 characters in the game that really do it well right now. You'd be locked into sync commands? You're not allowed to use Chain Thandaja if you use both of them together? Right, I did forget about Garnet. Unfortunately, Garnet only has access to Valley Garmanda. She's not much of a damage dealer. Oh, is Dark Ixion out? And Garnet doesn't have a dual cast Awakening? Yeah, not much of a damage dealer. So, anyway, back to the banner. In my situation, and I guess that's why I spent so long talking about this, is because I already looked into this pretty extensively before the stream, is that my Lightning team consists of Garnet, Chain. That's it. My Lightning Odin team was made up of Terra and Noctis, both of which really aren't going to be carrying a Lightning team in 6-star anytime soon. More ineffective than anything. So what I was looking for going into this festival was Lightning Magic, or if Lightning Magic doesn't exist, then a physical chain to go along with some physical stuff. So I tried to think about whether Ash and her stuff would work for my teams, and I do think that it can. It's just going to require some investment. So I'll talk about where I'm going to go with that after I finish evaluating the banner. So let's move on away from the lightning stuff. And I did talk about not only there being lightning stuff on this festival, but there's also water. And we got 2 actually very good water awakenings here with Yuffie and Strago. Neither of them are new. I personally want to take a look at Stragos. The Stragos is an addition that wasn't here. Toaster decided to come say hi. Stragos was an edition that wasn't here for the Japanese festival, so I haven't actually looked at it. Because I never, really considered the opportunity that I'd be able to get it. And for someone having such a strong Strago, I'm definitely interested in the idea of having it. Title stream follow-up. What's it do? Oh, it's just every 3 hits overflow? Alright. Well, Strago's extremely good, so I like the fact that he gets a basic and strong Awakening. I have Strago's USB, I have Strago's Chain. I have a powerful Strago ready to go, and I'm pretty happy with the idea of potentially picking up his Awakening to go with it. Let's go take a look at Yuffie. I'm also very interested in this one too, and this is the beauty of having chain variety. I have Riku's chain as well as Strago's chain, is that physical stuff and magical stuff are both good, because I can start building a team around either of them. Currently, my only Water Awakening is Bart's, which is fine. I think is possible if I pull Yuffie's Awakening on this banner that I may be set for a Frit with Yuffie and Bart's. Might be difficult to pull that off, but it's still a good duo of characters. Because I think Yuffie is just insane. That's probably... she would carry pretty hard. Attach Water and Awoken Ninja. Such a great combination. It's a replica of Edge? No. Edge doesn't get Attach Water. Yeah, that's probably the way it would work, is USB 2 plus Awakening. So you get a Mega Chase on her USB 2, you get a Mega Chase with the fleeting instant follow-up here, which is... 6, 8, 10 single ranged attacks if the user has physical blink. She would just do so much damage. My goodness. So I'm very happy with the water stuff on this banner, and that's probably why I'm planning to do what I'm doing. But moving further on, we have an Arcane for Aranea, which, okay, sure. Aranea is a good character. I already talked about Rex's USB 2, which is kind of something you really want if you get his Awakening. The fact that it's a Enlightening source and a Last Stand to Party makes it a really good thing to cast while the Awakening's not up. Glint pluses, Ashe, Aranea, and Rex. Okay, good. Staying on the lightning theme, unlike the previous banner. Elamars, Ashe, Strago, and Aranea. Well, Aranea's is a dual cast, isn't it? Frostbite suit. Women's snowsuit. Yeah, 25% chance to dual cast Dragoon abilities. So a dual cast Awakening and another chance to dual cast Dragoon with a 6-hit ability. That's a very good, potentially an amazing Dragoon character there. Dragoon, dual cast Dragoon works fine now. It just works the way it works. There's the no airtime stuff is turn-based. So if you dual cast, you would have no airtime on both of those attacks. The charge is consumed after the turn is done. So, knowing that she gets a dual cast Elamar on this same banner makes me a lot happier about Aranea. Gets a Glint Plus on the banner, gets an Arcane on the banner. Yeah, I do feel pretty good about this banner. Let me talk about it in a more broad sense. I tried to go into it when I was talking about Ashe. I guess I'm going to talk about my case and see and hope that that kind of clears things up. So what I plan on doing here, since I have Garnet's Chain, is pulling on this banner. I will be pulling on it. And depending on what I get is going to determine what I do with the rest of the festival. I think that with the right Ash stuff, I have a Leviathan team ready to go already. So Ash is good. And on the flip side, say I get physical stuff, if I get, Rex or Aranea things, if I feel like I have enough for them, I'm gonna stop pulling. And I'm gonna not worry about Ash anymore. I'm gonna move to the next banner. And try to get stuff there instead. I think I can make a team work with the right stuff between this banner and the next banner, even if I don't get Shulk's Chain. Because of how awesome Alara is. I really, when Awakenings first came out, I underestimated Bard Awakenings. But the fact that Alara as a Bard really, really covers up a lot of holes. It makes up for the fact that, you don't get the 50% attack if you're using an off-type chain. So I could use, say, Aranea and, say I get Shulk's Awakening. Aranea Awakening, Shulk Awakening, Garnet Chain, add an Alara Barding and increasing everyone's attack. And I think I have a pretty damn good team right there. So anyway, that's my plan. I don't want to commit too heavily to magic. I guess that's kind of my point. It's a really, really easy to put together a physical lightning team in this festival. I'm only pulling on this banner first because I already have the start of a magical lightning team. If I don't get it, then I'm just going to move on. So this is going to be a low invest banner. Hope I get lucky. If I don't get lucky, then hope I get something that, says, okay, go next. That's my plan. And the fact that Yuffie and Strago's Awakenings are here is awesome. Yeah, Shulk, not Wrath and Trusting. I actually already have dived Wall. So if I needed to use a full Entruster on a team where Shulk is being DPS, then I do have somebody for that. Rose is not on that banner, which is sad for some people, but good for some others. If I'm being objective about it, I think it's a good change. Riku has a very powerful chain. And people that don't have it probably want it. So it makes that better banner. That banner better. You are moved to banner 4. And I'll get to that when we get there. Okay, so I got a toaster in my lap, but I want to take a break. I really like this banner. I mean, what's not good on it? That's a great way to put this. What is not good on this banner? No, we have a cat named Toaster. He's toasty. Yeah, I guess you can say Rex, because Rex could be very good, but he does require a lot of hits. It's not like the other stuff. But that's that's kind of my point, is even Rex is really good. Under the right circumstances. Or is Rex good with just... Aranea good with Just Awakening? Yes. Is Rex good with Just Awakening? Probably? Good is the word I'd use. Not anything more than that. Because he does get Lightning Radiant Shield 75%. So, what you want to do is cast his Awakening early. Just to get the full benefit of the Radiant Shield status. That alone, plus another Awakening on the team, is probably plenty. With the chain, of course. Well, yeah, you're not going to rely completely on Radiant Shields, but it still allows him to provide a lot of damage to the party over, you know, even a 30 to 40 second fight. I would say that Rex's USB 2 is not good without his Awakening. What day is this? I think this is the 27th, right? I don't know idea. It's not just an OSB. It's this is the official site and they just messed up. Everything on this festival is marked Overstrike Soulbreak when it's actually an Arcane. Oh, the Lucky. That's the third one, right? So that'd be the 24th. Tuesday. This headache isn't going away. Oh, Toaster, you look so comfortable, but I gotta get up. Yeah, notice the Relic is a 6-star. Oh, wait a second. OSBs are 6 stars, too. Just forget I just said that. Toaster, come on, man. I have all 3 of them in here right now. It's great. You see Blender over there? On my bed? I already did. I got Skillet on the hot box. And Toaster's in my lap. No, it's Blender, Toaster, and Skillet. So yeah, that's if I had to use a couple sentences to describe this banner, is that it's full of very good things. No unified theme with magical lightning, 2 physical lightnings, physical water, and magical water. But all of those things could still be good depending on your circumstances. So, because everything on this banner is as good as it is, I'd take a hard look at it and to see if this stuff lines up with what you're looking for. I didn't name them. They're not actually my cats. They're my roommates. Okay, I'm going to take a brief 5-minute break. I'll be back in a second. Alright. Back. No, Banner 3. Well, let's talk about the sync at the top of the banner. Very, very interesting sync. Am I feeling better? Since last stream, not really. Just can't get away with doing a banner analysis without the cam and the mic. So here I am. Alright, anyway, Lightning sync. It's very good. Yeah, I blow my nose like 25 times a day, so it's only natural that a little blood comes out. Thanks a lot, Matt. Okay, where is it? 15 single attacks. Grants attached Lightning 3, stacking, synchro mode, damage cap, break 1, and instant ATB 1 to the user. The first thing in the game that affects your ATB. So what happens is you use Lightning's synchro, and you immediately take your next turn. Kind of neat. Let's go take a look at those commands. So, first command, 5 or 10 single attacks if the user has Lightning Aura level 0, 1. So, if you have a level of 0, it'll do 5. If you have a level of 1, it'll do 10. Grants instant ACB 1 to the user if the user has Lightning Aura level 1. And then set Lightning Aura level to 0. So... So what you're basically looking to do here is abuse the living crap out of this. Instant ATB 1 is what I said earlier about Ashe and her sync and how quick cast really defines the game. The ability to move, to go faster is incredible, and anyone who's taking turns that aren't being affected by quick cast is really like missing out on a lot of damage. What we haven't been able to affect up until this point is the ATB side of that. So I don't even have to say, hey, if you don't have anything that can influence ATB, then this is great. This is automatically awesome because it is removing, like a 1.4 second block. From the time that she uses an ability to the time that she uses her second ability. So, yeah. Alternate between her commands in order to get as many instant ATB ones off as you can. And Lightning is just an insane amount of DPS because of it. She does things that no other character can, because this doesn't exist for anybody else. And yeah, there's a new Lightning 6-star coming out. Lightning 6-star ability. That takes the Power Chain, the 5-star ability, and then, gives it more damage and gives it elements. And the way syncs work, I believe, is they use the abilities that you have equipped So not only are you instant casting, you're instant ATBing. So yes, a lot of Lightning's turns are going to be simply instantaneous. You attack, you click the button, you attack, you go, you click the button, you attack. In the span of, less than a tenth of a second. It's insanely powerful. So her awakening. Yeah, you don't want to match this with her awakening. Yeah, you lose the gimmick, because what happens when you use an awakening and a sync together is that your awakening automatically dual casts you, right? But what happens when you use an awakening is it turns the uses on your abilities to infinite. And because it does that, when you use an awakening and a sync together, it will dual cast the sync command instead of dual casting something else. I believe this is how it works, so please correct me if I'm wrong. And what you want to use with Lightning Sync is you want to make sure that you're using the sync commands and the abilities together. And the Awakening takes that away. It's not bad. Right, it unlinks the ability. So you lose damage, a fair amount of it. Yeah, some characters it works better than others. And those are characters with powerful, straight up base commands, like Tifa, for instance. Cloud is a good one. Because you don't give any care about Cloud's ability usage. You only want to use commands. So he actually works together with his Awakening pretty well. So, yeah. Lightning Sync is amazing. And, hey, if you were looking for a physical win from this festival, and you're disappointed by Banner 1, never fear. Because this banner is extremely good, and it also has physical wind on it, with Bartz's second Awakening. Bartz is already a pretty good wind character, with his Awakening and his USB 3. Now he gets a second Awakening. And this Awakening gives him N-Wind. Yeah, no dual cast, but it is a damage cap break and N-Wind. And Wind's Intuition follow-up and Awoken Flash Wind. I think Flash Wind is just a cast speed bonus. Yeah. Instant cast speed for wind abilities. Clearly a pretty good thing. It's no dual cast, but right, he has an Awakening 1 for that. Cast Wind's Intuition after using 2 wind attacks. Four single attacks grants minor buff wind to the user. It's kind of weak for something that only happens every 2 attacks. That's a pretty good multiplier, though. Really is meant to be used with his First Awakening, because the multiplier on that is pretty high, and would definitely benefit from 2 damage cap breaks. Yeah, right. The minor buff wind is a stacking buff too. So every time you use 2 attacks, which he does very often because he's instant cast, he'll get plus 10% more. Okay, I'm a bigger fan of this now than I was when I first saw it. So there's some powerful physical wind on a much better banner than Banner 1. Now we got Prompto's Awakening, which pretty good, but Prompto has an issue. Prompto has no way to give himself Enlightening. So Prompto doesn't deal damage. I suppose he could deal something with, a 60% peril high chain, which he's probably going to get to because he's a machinist. He could get some damage up there, but he's not going to be a major damage dealer. What he's here for is to imperil the living crap out of the boss. So by itself, probably not that great, but this Awakening plus his chain, extremely good, because that gives you a character that's going to turn any other lightning character on the team that can unlightning themselves into a master at dealing lightning damage. That's Prompto's his use here. So this is probably not a great pickup for anyone that doesn't have Prompto's chain. An extremely good pickup for anybody that does have Prompto's chain. Shulk's Awakening. Shulk. That Entruster character. She gets an awakening. An elemental awakening. Attached Lightning, Awoken Spark. What's a spark? Awoken Spark. Celerity and support abilities do not consume uses. Cast speed times 2. Incrementally, gaining 0.25. For every celerity and support ability. Oh, no, it's just 3.0 if you've got R5. Casts Technical Rush after using a celerity or support ability. What's Technical Rush? Well, this banner also has a lightning chain on it. Four single attacks, magic minus 50%, huh? It's kind of interesting. What's the other thing that she gets? Transparent Thunderclap. And a damage reduction barrier. After using celerity or support ability, huh? It's pretty good. It doesn't dual cast, but the cast speed times 3 and the automatic chase do help it. And it does add a damage reduction barrier. I think it's a good awakening for somebody with a chain, which she does get on this this banner. It is her only Enlightening, which kind of stinks. Hold on one moment. I'm starting to get congested. Alright, I'm back. Somehow starting to feel worse as the night's going on. So another awakening that I'd really like if I had her chain. Kind of like Prompto. But at least Shulk can deal damage without, without outside assistance. Riku Awakening, which is very good. It's only okay now because she has to use Sapphire Blitz, but there is a Water Thief ability that eventually comes out that's really, really good on her. It's made for her. Oh god, Toaster. Claws, buddy. Claws. Holy shit. Anyway, Riku's Awakening is good by itself. She's also a chain user. And, I mean, let's go look at it. No reason why we can't. It does show up on the Tidus Sync banner. But, say you don't have to pull on the Tidus Sync banner. I would like not to have to. But it is worth noting that it shows up there. Not Yuffie. Dynamic Mix follow-up. Damage reduction barrier. Well, I think it's good on support type characters like Riku, who use a lot of their soul break points on their chain. It makes her less good as an outright DPS, but it's still a Water Awakening, and that thief ability is great. So I would definitely consider that a win. Riku, eventually, it took her like 6 soul breaks to get there, but Riku became one of the better characters in Water. A far cry from when Legend Dives first came out, and she was just a huge mess. Alphino's Awakening, I don't really think much of it. Good if you have his chain. You can probably build a good Titan team around Alphino and his chain together. There's some fairly decent Wind Mage stuff available with animal lenses that you could assist him with, and I think that would probably be plenty to win the fight with. Yeah. Like Barbarisha USB is very competent. Well, yeah, Terra is fine too, Terra. Ultimecia? Yeah, she's got an ability double, right? That's kind of scary. Yeah, but that's her sync on a different banner. What I'm talking about here is if Alphinaud's Awakening could be good. Like, worth viewing as a win for someone, depending on what they already have, not what is being released in the future. Which, if you've got Alphinaud's Chain, then his Awakening is good. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't be too thrilled with it. Maybe Fusion Chain. Anyway, I talked about chains earlier with Shulk, and here we go is the second physical lightning chain. Generation 2 it belongs to Shulk. And could there be a better support character to get a chain? I believe, having instant cast 3 and haste at the start of the fight is pretty freaking good for a chain holder. Can confirm that Zac is pretty good with it, and Shulk even better because she has access to support 6. 14 is the easiest. I don't know about that. So great chain. And we also have another good chain here with Riku. Both of them get awakenings on this banner. Both are very, very good characters. Riku is just fantastic. I know this replaced something that a lot of people were looking forward to in Rose's Awakening, but I do think that this was generally a change for the better. Because unfortunately, Rosa kind of falls behind other healers because she doesn't have any speed capability. Not only does she have no speed capability, but she doesn't have Bard or anything. She can't give speed to anybody. So there probably will be many cases where Alara with USB 1 or Aerith with USB 2 will be better than Rosa with Awakening. And that is just an unfortunate reality of, Record Keeper. So I look at it from my perspective, which is probably worst case scenario for the change. I have Riku's chain. So this is a dupe. This is bad. But I don't really care. Oh shit, yeah, Rosa has USB 2. I'm sorry. That's really good. Totally yeah, I'm really out of it right now. That's true. Rosa's USB 2 isn't lensable. It does become lensable in the next wave, but the next wave is like, 5 months away? So, it's hard to really consider that as part of, a plan. So, I like the change to the banner because this helps out a lot of people in a more meaningful way. Glint Plus for Prompto. I know it doesn't give you Enlightening, so I'm scared. Causes Imperil Lightning. You know, this is all good, but he needs somebody else to give all of these damage buffs to. Riku's Glint Plus. Attach water stacking, quick cast 2. That's an excellent Glint Plus. Wait a second, that's not our Glint Plus. This is. Grants 500 soul break points to the user. That's also very good. That's actually insane. For someone that has like 8 useful soul breaks, every point she gets matters. So I love that. Lightning Glint Plus, I'm sure, is attach lightning for free. Which is, of course, extremely good. I don't know why I do a search for lightning almost every time. Until I realize, nope, that doesn't work. And I do a search for Vanille. Just so I can get in the ballpark. Oh, no, it's Imperil Lightning. Which I guess is fine. Honestly, it may even be better for if you have Lightning Sync. Because the Sync gives her attached Lightning 3 anyway, and that's the highest you can go. So if you ever Sync, her Glint Plus is better than, you know, a stacking Glint. But if you have her Awakening, yeah, you definitely want the End Lightning stack. So hopefully you have her Glint 1. Next, Alphino Glint. Sure. It's stacking. It's good. Prompto. Prompto and Shulky. The 2 Lightning Chain users. Oh, this is Soul Breaks. Haste and instant cast 1, start a battle. Another really good relic for Prompto if you have his chain. And I'm sure this is a dual cast. Yeah. 25% chance to dual cast Celerity abilities. So good. So this is kind of a weird banner. There's some stuff here that... Let's look at Lightning first. Lightning the element. With Lightning Sync, Shulk Awakening is it for strict Lightning DPS stuff. And that's not great. I mean, Lightning Sync is amazing. It's the best thing in the game. But Shulk isn't great for Lightning DPS. Prompto certainly isn't. Your actual Lightning DPS character, other than Lightning herself, in this festival is on the second banner with Aranea. But this is still probably a better Lightning banner. Just because of this. The Shulk's Chain. And here's the crazy thing. Is this banner becomes better if you have Prompto's Chain. But then this becomes kind of eh. Because it's not like a situation with, say, Vincent. Where Vincent is a very good fire DPS. Even if you don't have his chain. You don't want to get Prompto things without his chain. Where am I going with this? Okay, so Vincent is a very good fire DPS, say if you have Auron's chain to go with them. They work together, so Vincent can be a supporting character with his chain, or he can be a DPS character with his awakening as other soul breaks. Or it can be both if you've got the soul break points to deal with it. It's not the case that much with Prompto. It's kind of a weird banner because of Prompto and Shulk. And this is probably why I want to pull on Banner 2 first. Lightning and Shulk do fight over 6-star abilities. There is another 6-star ability coming out. But Lightning wants both of them. But look at it this way. If you get Lightning Sync, you don't have to worry about any of this. If you get Shulk's Awakening too, just give her the 5-star. It's not like it's going to matter. Lightning is going to annihilate. But yeah, Celerity and Lightning do have an overabundance of abilities with Flash Disaster, Plasma, and the new ability that's coming out. So there are 3 6-star abilities. So it's not really that much of a problem. Here's the new ability. Stormy Chain. 2 single attacks, Lightning and Wind, grants instant cast 1 to the user. So that would definitely go on Lightning. Ripping Plasma would go on Lightning. Then you'd give Flash Disaster and wherever it is, Ripper Bolt to Shulk. But again, Lightning will annihilate. As long as you, even if you don't have a chain, then you want to use an Imperiler, which, hey, thank goodness Prompto's Super Imperil kit is on this festival. So it's probably one of the easier chainless 6-star Magicite kills if you get Lightning Sync and, you know, you have enough things with Prompto to keep up Imperils for as long as you need. Yes, it does. It's triggered off of support abilities. It's very weak, though. I think it's a 1.8 multiplier total. .6. So it's not strong, but the magic minus 50% is actually probably a significant debuff. And I don't know if the boss buffs its magic at all, in which case it would be insane. But magic 50% is still pretty good. This is the Lightning banner to pull on. Banner 2 is going to be good for some people, but I think most people looking for Lightning are going to be looking at this banner. I guess that's... I'll hesitate from diving too much deeper into it, and just say that instead. Because there are good Lightning things on this banner, and the true prize of all Lightning damage, period, is Lightning Sync. That would be a problem if it was the only good thing on this banner. That is not the case. There are very many good things on this banner. So you're not... It's not Lightning Sync or bust. Alright, what's everyone else got to say about this banner? Oh my god. I feel like that's going to be the case for most people. That's what Adam said. Is Banner 3 and that's it. I talked more about Banner 2 because it's more contentious. Because I do believe there are a few people out there that would benefit from Banner 2. Well, Dia, your awakening is coming next. Yeah. The next two banners are both pretty fun. The next one is right because of Ramah. And the last banner, well, we'll get to that one. Barret. Oh boy. Alright, so our sync on this banner is Rinoa. Let's go take a look at Rinoa. Attach Earth, so it's a Earth sync. She gets a second sync, by the way. Down here. So that gives her 2 awakenings and 2 syncs. I don't know when Rinoa became the golden child at DNA, but it has happened. But Rinoa's first sync is the Earth one, believe it or not. And let's go take a look at our Synchro Mode and Angelo shot follow-up. Pretty basic here. 6 attacks on our first command, and 3 attacks and an Earth 30% boost 3, which is pretty good. Especially if you're able to stack up her awakenings. Increasing your damage cap boosts will really give you a lot of extra usage out of this. But it is hard anyway to cap out with 6 attacks. But Angelo. Is Angelo shot after using 3 Earth attacks? It's probably an overflow, right? No, I didn't. Completely random. Yeah, it's an overflow attack. So, that is a very good sync. Kind of similar to Cloud's. That 6-hit command is pretty good. Anything that, I feel like for a very long time, 6-star abilities have kind of dictated what is and isn't good in the game. And, this is the next step, you know? Now we can the game can be dictated by other things. And characters with good sync commands are gonna be the better characters. Rinoa is, at this point in the game in Global, is going to have the ability to damage cap break 3 times. This is not quite the 9 times that Cloud and Sephiroth get. But it's still the best outside of them. So, carrying on with the banner, we have Rinoa's second awakening. These pair together extremely well, of course. Well, do they? Because she does have that 6-hit command, and you don't want to lose that. I kind of wonder if it would be better to use her Ice Awakening before her Earth Sync, so you don't infinite the command, or you don't infinite your abilities. I don't know. But, alright. Rinoa's second awakening is pretty interesting. You'll see the two statuses that are attached to it are Ability Berserk and Planet Creator Mode. Ability Berserk is interesting. It's very canon. Forces a random available action, excluding defend. Affects targeting, berserk, confuse, paralyze, stop, or prioritize. Well, that would stick if you only use the awakening, and she has the ability to simply attack. What is the little note here? The group is the same as the abilities on Autark. Okay. Yeah, can you just basic attack with this? Because that's not. That shouldn't be allowed. She never did that in Final Fantasy VIII. It was always whatever magic that she had junctions to her. So it should force abilities. But apparently, according to this, it doesn't. So either you overwrite your basic attack with a sync, or bursts. Or this is a bad awakening. Because she berserks and can just have bad turns. Planet Creator Mode. Let's see that. Earth attacks deal 50% more damage. Cast Planet Apocalypse after using 5 Earth attacks. Well, what if you basic attack 5 times? Two overflow attacks. I mean, this could be really good. It is kind of similar to the way Angel Wing worked in Final Fantasy VIII, in which if you play it correctly and you stack the right things on her, and make sure that every action that she does is going to be a big one, which is meteor, 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 then this could be extremely powerful. Do you kind of need 6-star abilities on to R5 for Odin? You don't need, but yeah, you kind of need. Because Odin likes to shave off ability uses. Like every single Odin. Especially when she gets to phase 3. One of the first actions of phase 3 is to remove 3 uses from every ability. So either you have Awakenings or Soul Breaks to use, or you're probably not going to have anything to do. Yeah, I mean, it's true. Awakenings get rid of the problem, but at the same time, it's better to have abilities at R5 if you do have Awakenings, because they deal more damage. So I would suggest to do not neglect your crystal farming, because having R5 abilities is going to be a very useful thing for a while. Because even though syncs are coming out right now, awakenings are still going to be the bread and butter of the game for a good time into the future. Alright, so Rinoa's Awakening 2 is kind of fun and interesting, but it's got its caveats. Barret Awakening. I'm terrified of what this could be. Attach Fire, Awoken Fire, Damage Cap Break, and Anger Heat Up mode. What is that? Fire attacks deal 15, 30, 50, 75% more damage after using attacks. Cast Flame Bomber after using 4. 15 single range attacks, 100% crit rate, removes Anger Heat Up mode. You know, I don't mind this. It is fire, so it's got a lot of competition. It does have, it probably gets that on this banner, a 25% chance to dual cast Machinist. Yep. Okay. Do you have any other way to end fire, Barret? His Glint, which is also on this banner, isn't it? Yes. Okay. I'm down with that. It's a little weird. He does have a very interesting Legend Dive. His LM2 is, I believe, a chance to chase Machinist abilities. It's either Machinist or Fire. Machinist, 35% to do a 7-hit chase. It's kind of interesting. He's not a bad Fire Machinist at all. And he has a very powerful USB 1, which is actually kind of fun. If you pull just, if I pull just his Glint Plus, that plus his USB 1 could actually be pretty powerful. Okay, so I'm fine with Barret. What's next? Shinkei. Who I'm sure is great. Oh yeah, her Awakening has already come out. And I know it's good. In fact, I know it's really good. Defense resistance mine 50% is kind of interesting. Damage cap. This is so you can't dual cast, huh? Yeah. Oh, wow. Yeah, you're right. Grants heavy charge 1 after using a heavy ability. That's not... That's great. It basically means you can just spam the 6-star. Oh my god, she would do so much damage. Okay, yeah, she's really powerful. And what's her Glint Plus? It's also on this banner, I'm guessing. It is. One single tap, capped at 100k. Grants attach earth stacking. Wow, that's really good too. For free? That's a lot of shit for free. Wow. Wow. She's incredibly powerful. Okay, so that's magical earth, physical fire, more magical earth. This is like, I was gonna say this is the banner for people with Red 13's chain, but oh, so and she gets her arcane on this banner too. So Red 13's chain is here. This. After using Gladio's Awakening, and knowing that Anacross is an even better character overall than Gladio is, I'm pretty sure that this Awakening is insane. This is a very powerful Earth banner. So yeah, this is a great, great banner for people who don't think that they have the team to beat Ramah yet. Quick cast and creator mode. Cast Fickle Crush after using 3 earth attacks. 3/5 15 single attacks if the user dealt enough damage with the earth attacks during the status. So you got 3 turns to deal 240,000 damage. Removes creator mode. Add 1 single attack. Okay, so the way this works and why this is better than a simple finisher, like say Squall's for instance. The problem with Squall's finisher, even though it's pretty powerful and does a lot of attacks, is it happens after the Awakened status ends. So you'll lose your damage cap break and you know, the other things that come with it. The great part about this is it's a finisher tier attack, but happens during the Awakened status. So these 15 single attacks have the ability to damage cap break. And I've done it with Gladio. I tested it out in the Final Fantasy 15 Torment. And I end the fight, very predictably end the fight with Gladio's finisher, where these 15 single attacks do break the damage cap. And this is after he uses, you know, his 5-hit Awakening attack twice. He does such a ridiculous amount of damage in a single turn, and Anacross is better than Gladio. Because Anacross is... Gladio came out pretty early on in the game, and he had more of a tank. It's better. It's better than an Arcane. But yeah, that's the best way you can equate this, is just getting an Arcane in the middle of your awakening for nothing. You don't have to cast it. It happens by itself. But yeah, anyway, Gladio came out early and he has a lot of tank stuff attached to him. So he does a little bit less damage. I do not believe Anacross has that issue. She's basically an Earth Black Mage, and that's it. And at this point in the game, people that specialize in what they do are, the better characters. So yeah, that's huge. It's obviously better than Rinoa's Second Awakening. Red 13 Chain, obviously very good because you have the two best Earth Mages on the banner in Anacross and Rinoa. Really fell in love with Sync's Awakening, so having her Arcane here is good. Rinoa's Glint Plus, good. Barrett's Glint Plus is almost essential to him. Sync's Glint Plus is very good for him. 4 Glint Pluses? What's Anacross's do? I hope it's a stacking, because that would be crazy. It is. Of course it is. Dualcast Machinist. What in the living hell is this? Why is Refia's LMR 2 on this banner? How drunk do you have to get for this to be on this banner? What's Aegis Armlet? Final Fantasy VII? Is that Barret? Red 13. It's a trance mode. What's Lingering Spirit? Magic plus 30%. Whatever. Gives him quick cast. It's a basic quick cast too. So that's pretty good. I actually like that a lot on Red 13 because he's a support 6. Makes him a better Entruster. It's dual cast Black Magic. So basically, yeah, idea. Unfortunately, it's not on the banner. Alright. Debate amongst yourselves, and I'm going to be back in a second. Nose is all clogged up again. Alright, we're back. Renoa's synchro animation is amazing. Okay. Should have waited for the page to load. I don't think I'm going to pull on the banner, but I think it's a great banner for people that have kind of gotten stiffed on Earth. Even though there have been a couple of good Earth banners. Is the stream fine for everybody? Stuff is just loading really slowly. No, it's fine. I'm on the page right now. There we go. Oh no, that's there it is. It might be the page. I think it's like prime time in Japan right now. And this page usually slows down when it's under heavy traffic. No, not prime time. What? Oh my God. It's like the morning. The brothers animation is incredible. Okay. Or I'm disappointed that that opening animation was not that good. It was kind of generic. Oh, Toaster's back. Yeah, I mean, I've seen my fair share of planets being exploded. All right. Okay, so Banner 3, it's pretty simple here. Earth. Earth, more Earth, and Refia and Barrett. At least Barrett has, you know, things. Refia doesn't make any sense at all. I don't get it. So we'll move on to Banner 5. We do see some Rosa. It's finally on the banner. Ultimecia's Sync. What's it do? It's probably pretty good because everything Ultimecia has is good. High Quick Cast 1 and win High Quick Cycle. Well, I actually just got proven wrong. That's fine, but let's take a look at the commands. 6 attacks, 3 attacks, win boost. Kind of basic. It's got a 6-hit command though, so it can't possibly be bad. Quick Cycle on a mage, it's kind of eh. Would definitely rather something else. With how easy it is to give quick cast to a mage team with Allegrocon Moto, I would definitely like other things, but it's fine. Yeah. Rosa Awakening. Kiraja Medical Last Stand, Haste, Magical Blink 2, and Awoken Love Mode. White magic abilities do not consume uses. Cast speed times 3 for white magic abilities. Cast Wave of Mending after using white magic abilities. What is Wave of Mending? So it's a white mage awakening. That's what you're telling me? Which is unfortunate. Yeah, without the ability to use, without any reason to use support abilities, you get cast speed times 3. You might as well just spam Kurata. Or, you know, a holy attack if you're in that kind of fight. So, as far as White Mage Awakening goes, not great. At least she gets a really good Glint Plus with the Haste Protect Shell. But Rosa is one of the characters. I know I forgot it earlier, but I'm not going to forget it this time. Rosa is one of the characters that has a very powerful USB with her USB 2. I don't think the White Mage Awakening is as bad as it looks, because even when you cast her Awakening, you're still going to be spamming the USB 2. Which means she is going to have charges of generic high quick cast to use with, over the course of the fight, which you can use with Wrath, of course. And the difference between having one charge, one type of high quick cast, and two types of high quick cast isn't that much different. If you want, I can use numbers for you. High quick casting out Kirata reduces it from 1.5 seconds of cast time to 0.5 seconds of cast time. With another high quick cast on top of that, it reduces it to 1.66. So that's a reduction of 0.34. It's a big difference from the reduction of 1.0 that you got off the charge of the first high quick cast. So that the difference of having 1 and 2 isn't that big of a deal for regular abilities. So I don't think the fact that the Awakening is simply White Mage is honestly that impactful for her, because she's a USB 2 spammer. Next, what do we got? Cloud of Darkness Awakening. I like Cloud of Darkness. Oh, Dark Radiant Shield. That's really good on a chain holder. If there's an issue with this banner, is that the stuff that's on it surrounding Rosa isn't relevant. You got a Wind Mage here, and why not pull on the best banner of the festival and get your Wind Mage and Alpha now? I know there's a difference between a Sync and an Awakening, but Dark Mage here, and that Magicite's not going to be out forever. More Wind Mage. So this banner is, if you're looking at 6-star, you probably just ignore this banner. If you're still having trouble getting your 5 Odins, then we can talk about this banner. Alright, Ultimecia Awakening. Let's go take a look at it. Awoken Magic Archer. What in the hell? Oh, Switch Draw. Huh? It's kind of neat. Magic Archer must be Wind and Darkness. Now this VVAA is the Ice Lightning, not Fire? What? I think he only has one Awakening. And it's Fire. Oh, well. He only has one Awakening in Global, and it's Fire. Cypher Awakening is kind of neat, but not really. Vivi Awakening is very good. He is a very powerful fire mage because of that trance mode. So we'll go look at Cypher Awakening. VV, because it's just a Fire Mage Awakening. Cypher's is a little different. Because it's a switch draw. So what that means is it doesn't give him an element on a cast, but the first ability that he uses after using the Awakening, whether that be Dark or Fire, it will give him that an element. Cloud Darkness Arcane is nice. Ultimacy Arcane. Sure, it's all thematic. We already looked at Rose's Glint Plus. It's one of the good ones that protect Shell Haste. Ultimacy Cloud of Darkness. I think they're both stackers. Wait a second. Maybe not. Oh, Ultimacy is this. And Cloud of Darkness is this. So this is all good stuff. Just kind of odd timing for all of it. It's Rose's Tiara. You got a new legend materia, or is that old? Looks new, and I love this legend materia. 25% chance to Medica when using a white magic ability. I like that a lot. Cloud of Darkness and Ultimecia. Dual cast Dark for Cloud of Darkness. And dual cast Dark for Ultimecia. Oh, I guess, yeah, she gets 35% chance to dual cast Wind with her LM2. Sure. And her Awakening is switch draw, so she can be a Darkness Mage with it. I like all the stuff on the banner. I just don't like the fact what this stuff is for. So who could I suggest this banner to? I don't know. Let's say Medine. If I'm sure there's people out there that haven't been able to get to Medine yet. They don't have a team that they can kill Medine with. Would this be a banner worth pulling on, or is there something else out there? I could suggest it to Adia. I don't even think I can do that. Odin help? Yeah. But the thing about Medine is that you need to kill him. Odin, you only needed to kill 5 elements. So you should prioritize the elements that are also going to give you things that are good for what comes after Odin. At least that's how I feel about that. So while this stuff would help Odin teams, it may help the wrong Odin teams. So what you'd be stuck doing is, okay, I build teams to kill Odin with this stuff. And Okay, now I have to fight Titan. So, people that need to build Odin teams that also have access to a magical wind chain? It's probably a very small subset of people. Because yes, Ultimecia could be a very powerful wind mage. And at least that is recent. Yeah. Yeah, that would have to be it. Yeah. You need help killing Odins, and you've got a magical wind team that needs a little oomph. This fulfills killing Odins, and it fulfills getting rid of a 6-star Magicite. That's a fair trade-off for pulling on a banner. But again, that's going to be a pretty small group of people. Not as bad as Banner 1. At least the relics on this banner are good. Banner 1 has a lot of bad, just straight up bad stuff. Alright. Agreements, disagreements? Jesus. And if nothing, then talk about the fest as a whole. Banner 4 is a powerful Ramah banner. If the other Earth banners didn't entice you, you got screwed on them, you got another chance here. And Rinoa things are always going to translate into ice as well, because these things increase her damage cap break. Well, actually, her Awakening 2, probably not. So, scratch that. Because it's going to Berserker, and then you can't do anything after that. You're stuck with Earth, and that's that. Have a good night, Rainmaker. The centerpiece of the festival is banners 2 and 3. Because with banner 4, at least there is good Earth available. Or has been recently. There has not been good Lightning available. So Lightning is a pretty underserved citizen. So a lot of people are looking for it. But wouldn't the Attach Earth from her second Awakening overwrite the Attach Ice? All 3 stacks of the Attach Ice? So with Banner 1 being as dumpy as it is, this feels like a 3-banner festival with 2, 3, and 4. And 2 and 3, lightning focused. I think most people are going to want to pull on 3. No, I meant, I was talking about Rinoa as an ice character, and that you wouldn't want to use her Awakening 2, like, to give herself damage cap break. Because it, ruins. So, like, use it and then overwrite the Unearth. You could Sync then Sync, or Sync then Ice Awakening. I'm still not totally sold on the idea of pulling on Banner 2 before Banner 3, but I do think it's probably a good idea for me. It's probably a little bit of I don't know. I don't know if I want to call it fandom. I have a really powerful Ashe. With her USB 1, USB 2, Glint, all of her LMRs, and Garnet's Chain. I do kind of want to continue committing to Magical Lightning. I think I could make it work. It kind of sucks, but I don't think that the stuff on Banner 3 is that much better. Other than one single relic. That's the problem. Oh, I think what may seal the deal and why I want to pull here before Banner 3 is these. There's just not only is it Ashe, there's a lot of stuff I want to pull on or get here. And if I luck out and get Arenea's Awakening, then I will have no qualms with pulling on Banner 3. Yeah, probably, because I do have Ashe's Glint. So, stacking her up. The benefit of getting 3 stacks from this is reduced. Yeah, I do really think I'm going to pull here. And it seems pretty likely that I'm going to eventually have to pull on Banner 3 as well, but hopefully it all works out. And congratulations in advance to the people that pull on Banner 3 and get Lightning Sync. Yeah, I really like that 3-hit LMR that she has too. That's on this. It's on the Banner too, but I already have it. I did just pick up Desh's USB. Maybe I could get cute and run a Desh USB Ashe Awakening team. Ashe Awakening, Ashe USB 1, and just burn Leviathan with that. Maybe add somebody else for giggles. Yes, it does. I'm sure the check is the same as the rank-based boost that Awakenings give. And because, Awakenings come with a check that looks at the rank, I'm sure the chases also obey that. I wish I had Prompto's Chain. Would really clear up this decision for me. Because then everything of Prompto's on this banner becomes pretty nice. What's that, Prompto Olimar? Well, we were talking about that in Discord. I don't know. You may have been there for that. I may skip the Final Fantasy 15 ROP. Because I think Prompto's Chain's the only thing on it that I want. Oh, no, Gladio Arcane. Hastens to Cast 1, yeah, also really good. Let's go check. I have, Johnny. It's been a while since I have, though. I went on vacation and I kind of stopped. I'll get to it again. I'm just not in that much of a hurry because I would want to kill it before I start doing Leviathan. And I have no lightning, so... I'll want to kill Ramah within the next 7 days. Okay, so I don't care about anything of Noctis's. Gladio Arcane. Gladio Glint? No, Gladio's Glint's terrible. Gladio Glint, Prompto Chain. I guess Core's Awakening. I don't know. Don't see myself using it. Yeah, the realm isn't big, but there are so few things that I want off this realm. This is the problem. Noctis takes up so many slots. Do we know if the ROP is going to have the same 6-star distribution that the Elemental banners did? Where they're weighted heavier? I mean, 10% to 4% was such a big deal. That was crazy. I will think about it if we get a 10-4 split again. That's right. Noctis' sword, Olimar. I am... What kind of character does he become? Fire? So he becomes a samurai. You're just getting real weird with him. Whoa, 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 whoa. Fire celerity abilities? I guess it's better, right? Not like I ever give Noctis anything that increases samurai, samurai damage. Well, he does have celerity boosts. I wish they'd made it combat, so he could dual cast. Does he get a new LMR that allows him to dual cast celerity? Nope. Yeah, that's a foregone conclusion. Man, I played this game while I was on vacation. I forgot how... No, I didn't forget how good this game was. I just got re-reminded. Yeah, well, Realm has that USB 1 that's going to make her good with whatever awakening they decide to give her. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 16 6 stars. I think so, yeah. I have almost a complete Aranea. I think I'm only missing her BSB. Yeah. She has a good USB. So yeah, I'll pull on Banner too. 27th, here we come. Okay. I actually think I'm done. This took longer than I thought it would. And actually, I don't even think that matters. I just, I feel like crap. I want to get better. And if I get better, that means I can actually stream more in, you know, over the next few days. The 24th, let me see something. Thanks, Jimbo. Alright, the 24th is the Awakening Lucky and the Final Fantasy 1 Raw. So it looks like that is going to be a guaranteed stream. I'm going to try streaming Odin and Ramah fights in between now and then. Tomorrow looks promising. Pretty free tomorrow. And hopefully I feel better. Sunday looks pretty good too. But if nothing else, see you on Tuesday for 1,000,000 pulls. And I guess if we get that 10-4 split, then I'm going to be pulling on a lot of Rob. If not all of it. If Ishsola's Awakening and Ida's Awakening is not on 14, then I will not pull on 14. If it is, then I will pull on 14. Alright. Have a great night.